Welcome to Show 10 of the Art of Benching. We're here in Louisville, Colorado with an incredible live wild audience. Let's show the audience. Yeah, these are real.
Welcome, everybody. And thank you, Linda. That was kind of an animated opening. You almost blew out the speaker there. No, that's good. That's good. Yeah. Anyway, I wanted to mention that to this day, when that majestic song plays and the video is playing, I still get the chills every time. I mean, I don't know how long we've been using that song. It's got to be for 15 years, I think. And it's just so beautiful. But it also kind of resets all the energy with Shaumbra, whether we're here or filming something. It just resets, and it's like, okay, now it's time to start. Now it's time to get into that sacred energy and connect with all the Shaumbra around the world who are listening in right now. We have, typically on any shout, we have Shaumbra from about 70 countries around the world listening in, which is just amazing. I mean, it's truly a global group, and I still get the chills.
Well, I like when Adamus says it's all about letting your light shine. And when he says that, knowing there's people from all over the country, I literally can see, I've said this many times, I can see the little blips of light all over the world.
Yeah,
It's so sweet.
It just kind of lights up. Mm-hmm. Anyway, welcome everybody. And I know we have quite a few from out of Colorado. You have a list here.
We do.
We're going to read your name, or try to read your name, and ask you to stand so everybody can see you.
Okay.
So who's here?
Jim Snow, Toronto.
Jim, just saw you. Did you drive in on your motorcycle? Yeah. Right. Oh, wow. No, it's kind of cute, you know. Thank you. Did you ride your bike from Toronto?
Yeah.
Wow, that's a long.
About 3,100 miles in so far.
3,100 miles. Wow.
Playing around in the mountains, just having a spectacular time.
Wow, it's beautiful here in the summer. Yeah. All right. Well, thank you for being here.
And so from Santa Barbara, California, we have the lovely Igor and Yulia. Yes.
Santa Barbara, good to see you again. It's kind of funny seeing you here. We see you in Hawaii quite a bit, so seeing you here is also very nice. Thank you. Glad you're here.
Okay, and now we have I Goofed Up.
Yes, who's I Goofed Up? What a funny name.
From Fountain Valley,
cousin,
California. Is it not? From Fountain Valley, California?
All right.
Yes, welcome. Welcome.
Yeah. Glad you're here. Where's Fountain Valley? California, but where's Garden Grove?
Orange County.
Oh, Orange County. Okay.
I'm here now.
Yeah.
You have Fountain Valley in there.
You moved?
Yeah.
Wow. In
To Boulder?
Wow. Isn't going from Orange County to Boulder kind of like going from far right to far left? I'm just saying. Oh, that doesn't matter. All right, a true Shaumbra. But isn't it a little cultural shock, you know?
Yeah, I'm wearing socks right now.
They do that in Boulder. Because it's colder because you're in Boulder.
Colder in Boulder?
Well, it is very dry here. Very dry. You get used to it.
Except when it snows.
Yeah.
And they don't plow or shovel, so you have to have boots. You need to know that. Okay.
Oh, look at her light up with that. Thank you for being here.
Okay. And from Turnbull, Connecticut, Marco. Woo! Oh, Mr. Dance
Marco,
Man.
good to see you again.
Yes. And from El Paso, Texas, Gary
Feldman, Dr. Gary Feldman. Good to see you. You drove all the way from El Paso.
Yes, I did.
Wow, that's a long drive. Just to be here.
At least, yeah, it should. At least I didn't have to worry about a rental car.
That's true. Yeah. Just your own car.
They kind of gouge right now.
Glad you're here.
Okay, and from Cedar Park, Texas, Pearl. Yes.
Good to see you again.
Are you still building your house in this area?
Oh, wow.
It was in the Marshall Fire, but never got burned, right?
The house next to us, like 3 feet has burned.
Houses on both sides, 3 feet. Oh, my gosh. Wow, we're still recovering from the fire here. For those new to the area, we had 1,200 homes burned down back in December, and they're still working on it.
It was
but
pretty
yours is
dramatic.
safe.
It's safe. It's a new construction, and it looks almost the same as it looked in December.
Oh, yeah. So I have to ask. So the houses all around you burned. Yours didn't. Did people say, "Why didn't
What's
yours
up with
burn?
that?
What's up with you, huh? Huh? That's some sort
Did
of
anybody ask?
It's conspiracy. Yeah. Okay. All right. Thank you.
Okay. And from Green Bay, Surab. Where are you, sir?
Green Bay, Wisconsin.
Surab?
Nobody will admit they're from Green Bay.
Razabov? Surad? Razabov?
Not here registered yet.
Oh, they didn't make. Yeah, they didn't get in. And from Montreal, we have Jin.
Good to see you.
Oh, he's got an Adamus belt.
I know. I saw that. Yeah,
Yeah,
that is cool.
yeah.
I'm gonna-
He told me. I asked him, "How do you say? Is it yin or gin?" And he said, "Just like the alcohol, gin and tonic.
That's
Gin."
Pretty simple.
Yeah. Now we got
Yeah.
it. See that? He made it so easy for me. Okay.
Is that it?
That's
Oh.
that's all that owns it.
Yeah.
Oh, right.
Where are you from, sir?
I'm from Irvine.
Irvine,
How
California.
did it's right on my list? So how
Yeah.
did I screw that up?
She's a little.
Stand up, sir. You
yeah.
deserve special attention now.
Thank you.
Yes. Good to see you. Thank you.
Great.
Glad you could make it. What a
So-
great group.
It's so far, but we're only 9 minutes in. So, and Adamus isn't here yet.
No,
so
I like the energy. It's
you
a real
just
upbeat energy.
Don't know. I do have to warn you, though. I don't usually get heads up from Adamus about what we're going to be doing, which is really nerve-wracking. I mean, put yourself in my chair for a moment.
Oh, poor you.
You got a day to cover. You got people from all around the world listening in. You got hours worth of stuff to do, and you have no clue what's going to happen.
We
It's
know
a-
what, but Jeff, he doesn't want you to think about it.
I know, but it's a little nerve-wracking. Well, he did give me a heads up in the shower this morning because
The shower this morning or the shower here?
no, the shower this morning.
Okay.
Because there's some logistics involved. It
Oh,
will
right.
be
Okay.
very interactive today. I do have to warn you.
Why are you trying to scare them? They won't come back after the break.
We'll work with it, No, I just want everybody to be prepared. And for those of you watching it online, put yourself in the chairs of the people who are getting the microphone from Linda. What would you say to the question? So we will have an interactive day. So make sure to do a lot of breathing and some allowing and relaxing. And Linda is willing to take some bribes. So catch her at the break. She's very happy to. And for those watching it online, it is July 2nd, I believe.
Yes.
July 4th is our big annual American Independence Day, the 4th of July. I think it's actually bigger than most of the other holidays, other than maybe Thanksgiving.
I believe that it is the biggest government holiday. I mean, there's no other public holiday that I think is bigger than the 4th of July. And, it was funny because I immediately knew I had to get dressed up for it. I haven't been able to get dressed up for an event for a long time. And as I was getting dressed and kind of wondering, Adamus tapped me on the shoulder. I thought it was Jeff at first. And he said, "Linda, you knew this because you know that I'm the one that created the Independence Day in America.
Yeah,
I
true.
was a part of, what was it he said? The Constitution, he
Right,
helped
right.
write it and
Oh, sure.
influenced
I'm
it.
sure he wrote the whole thing.
Yeah, that's what he's...
And I think he built the White House with his own two hands, and the Capitol building with some help from Kathumi.
So he said, wasn't it appropriate for anybody to want to celebrate independence, sovereignty, and freedom? Wherever the hell you're from.
Absolutely, Independence Day, and I went all out with a little pocket scarf. Linda's like, really, you aren't going to do anything? It's like, we have such an international audience. I don't want to overdo it, And Linda's like, oh, it's about freedom. It's not about America. It's about planetary
Independence,
freedom.
sovereignty.
So I broke down and went all out with my pocket scarf. I may need it later for crying. Anyway, we need to get into it. We have a lot to cover here, so I'm going to get into the slides that we have. And I think the first thing of order is to talk about Shoud 9 from last month. We always put together a recap video, mostly to remind the staff and Linda and me of what we did. But then we like to share it with all of you. So let's take a look at what we did last month, Shoud 9. Let's step back for a moment and do a little assessment of our years together as Shaumbra. Well, first there was the gathering with Tobias when he came in 1999, August 1999. It was that and the internet that brought Shaumbra back together, 1999, 2000. And the gatherings continued. The energy you put out there so many years ago, it's continued in just the right resonance and frequency to attract just the right people. It's not about the size of the group or anything like that. It's about those who are truly ready to go through their awakening, and not just the awakening, but the next steps, the releasing. It took a long while to work on the releasing, and some of you are still doing it. To that I say, get the hell over it. No, it really is that simple. I'm not saying things in life don't hurt at times, but there is a tendency for humans to keep carrying them around. You go through the hurt, the grief, the pain, whatever it happens to be, and you go through that amazing process, and then you release it, and you allow it to go to wisdom. Then, after the wisdomizing that Shaumbra is going through, now it's a time to understand the physics, which we're talking about, the metaphysics of reality and the illusions of reality. We're talking about time and space. We're talking about going beyond. We're talking about multiple realities at the same time. We're talking about what it's really like to choose your destiny rather than just have it happen to you. And then finally, kind of tied in with all of it, we've come to the point now why you're really here. It wasn't just about releasing stuff. We had to do that. But why you're really here is to shine your light, to bench, to be that presence on the planet right now. It needs it. It needs the consciousness. Not that it needs saving, it just needs and wants consciousness. We've been talking about light. Now, today I want to talk about the dark. First of all, first and foremost, the dark is not an opposing force. The dark is not an opposing force. You are not battling darkness within you. The dark is simply where light has not been yet. And it takes darkness to have the light be the light. So in our work as metaphysicians, as the ones radiating the light, it is not about opposing the darkness. And this is simple physics, but it's also really good emotionally. We're going to go into it in just a moment. It's really good emotionally to understand there is no evil in your darkness at all. None at all. In other words, don't be afraid to go where your light hasn't yet gone. So it brings up the question, but Adamus, isn't there evil on the planet? Isn't evil darkness? What is evil? What is evil? Certainly you could all name evil. Many of you have been subject to evil in your life. You read about evil in the news, but what is evil? Evil is an interesting word, E-V-I-L. The antithesis, the opposite of live, L-I-V-E. I wonder if that was just an accident. No. Evil contains the words lie, lie, and what else? Veil, veil. So evil is really ultimately just the big lie. Not a lie that's being perpetuated by some conspiracy. It's not about that. It's the lie to self. And maybe as a result of the veil, result of the density here in this 3D, dimension that you're in. But evil ultimately is really just distortion of light. Distortion of light. It's not dark. It's simply the distortion that occurs when one is veiled from themselves, when one lies to themselves about who they really are. The real cause of evil is when somebody believes and lives out that the energy is outside of them. That's evil. That brings out the evil. Darkness is simply where you haven't gone yet. Evil is the distortion of light. And anybody can release it at any time. So right now, two things. Please understand that darkness is only where your light has not been yet. And also understand that the light can get distorted by evil. The definition of evil is believing that the energy is outside of you and you have to somehow get it. It's time now to face your own darkness and then to never fear it again. Never fear what you don't yet know, what you haven't yet experienced. Take a good deep breath and feel now as your light, as a master now, as it comes in contact with your darkness. What the true metaphysician realizes that there's no evil in their darkness. There's simply things yet to be experienced. Let yourself feel into and dance with your own darkness. There's nothing to fear in it. Especially when you realize it's all coming from your energy, from your soul, from your I am. It's all there. There's no separation whatsoever. There's no separation actually between light and dark. It's really truly a human concept. They are not different. Darkness is not something that's an opposing force. Let yourself feel it as a supporting energy. As metaphysicians, let's transcend the old concept of darkness and learn to dance with it. It's simply where you haven't been yet. And no need to fear what comes when you go there, even though you have no idea what's going to happen, because there's an innate trust in yourself and your soul that when you enter the darkness, the experiences that come will be perfect because they're yours. They'll be your energy. They'll be your grace. Let's take a good deep breath and our dream walk, your dream walk, into your darkness. Nothing to fear.
That's pretty strong. You know that you can also go in and listen to that dream walk again.
Mm-hmm.
Is it downloadable?
Yes.
It's downloadable.
Yeah. I'm
So
getting
if you're
the nod
interested,
from the
you
back
want
there. Yes, take my cues from the back. Absolutely, it's downloadable. We got a lot to cover. We're gonna hop into the upcoming events, and the first one on the list is Kihak 12. We closed the registration on that the other day, and we do the first Kihak session on July 3rd. Tomorrow is the launch. In the launch, we go through some of the logistics of the website and kind of the details of what happens during the year. But there's also going to be an Adamus channel to kind of set the pace for things. We have about 1,820, and I think it's actually gone up a little bit since we put that together, 1,820 Shaumbra from around the world participating from 61 different countries. That's just amazing.
It's
so
amazing. For
those of you in Shaumbra or in Kihak 12, tomorrow we have the launch. I think it's at 11 o'clock. Yeah.
welcome.
Yeah, we had a great closing of the 11 the other day.
Wait, I want to say more. If you're Kihak and 11, we did the closing, and the channel was phenomenal. And you can go and listen to just the channel. You don't have to listen to the whole session, and it was phenomenal. Do yourself a favor and listen to it.
Yeah. Yeah. So and also coming up next weekend is Threshold Online. I love doing Threshold. It's really about encountering your inner dragon. And as Adamus says, it's the last thing you'll do before realization. My article this month in the Shaumbra magazine was actually about the dragon, and it stays with you for a while. I think the title of my article was something like 8 Years of Hell with the Dragon or something like that. But a funny thing happens along the way. It turns from being a terror in your life into your best friend. And it's amazing. So it's not like you just go for the weekend and the dragon comes and visits you and then leaves. It's like, no. How many here have been through Threshold? Yeah, I mean, it's pretty, really one of my favorite, one of the deepest of all. So that's next weekend, July 8th through the 10th. We're going to be here at the studio, Linda, myself, the crew, doing live hosting of it. So looking forward to that. And I forgot whether we had a trailer for that. We do. Okay, we're going to show a trailer for that. Sorry, I got myself out of line here. I am that I am, Adamus of Saint Germain. Welcome, everybody. Welcome to the Threshold. I can't tell you how much I've been anticipating this, waiting for the time, if it even was going to come, where we would be gathering like this to do the Threshold. It's the last thing that anyone will do before their realization. Everyone goes through it. They may call it by different names. Certainly all the experiences vary. All the stories are different, but it's the last thing one goes through before their realization. And here we are. Here we are. You'll learn in these next few sessions what the real name of this is, and it is sacred. That's also why I never wanted this other name you'll become very, very familiar with. I didn't want it in the title or the description of what we're doing here. It's too sacred. It's too personal to put out there. It's very, very personal. It's interesting what we call the threshold. It's very interesting because this is not being taught anywhere else on the planet, never has been. Every ascended master up to this point, 9,888, these ascended masters have gone through it on their own. There's no books about it, no courses about it. That's what I love about the Threshold. It's the first time we're taking this sacred information, this holy information, and talking about it. Now, please understand, it's not a method. It's not a 10 steps to realization. It's a culmination of many, many lifetimes. It's an understanding and a knowingness that you're going to go through. It's a very, what can be a very brutal time. I'll tell you right now, it can be a very brutal time, but hopefully by discussing it and helping you to understand it, it's not going to be as brutal. But there are times when you're going to feel you're being torn apart. And I'll explain. We'll get into all of this as we go through the threshold. A big part of the threshold is the dragon. The dragon. We have a dragon sitting right here, just as a constant reminder throughout this. And you will encounter the dragon, no doubt. By the way, if you think you already have, you think you've already done all this, just stop for a moment. You haven't even started. But the real purpose of the dragon is clarity. Clarity. That's what actually dragon means. It brings everything to clarity. And the dragon also clears out everything within you that is held in guilt and shame and remorse. Because as every ascended master will tell you when you get up to the Ascended Masters Club, you cannot go into realization with these issues. You cannot. You simply cannot. We're going to be talking a lot more about the dragon as we go in. It's a highly, highly energized symbol. You're going to find that dragon is going to be waking up. You may say, oh, no, the dragon's already been here. No. You're feeling kind of a shadow of a dragon, but the dragon's going to be waking up. Once we actually turn the corner in this gathering, there's no turning back. There's no deciding that maybe it's not the right time for you. In the next few days, I'll inform you when we come to that point. There's no turning back. So why are you here? Because it's time, because you've chosen it, but because there's nothing else left. This is it. No more dallying, no more distractions, no more delays, procrastination. This is it. Really an uplifting sales message.
Yeah, I just want to be ripped apart.
Sounds good. Where do I sign up? I want to go again, Adamus. Yeah, boy. Anyway, we're going to continue on. The threshold is coming up next weekend, which will be the 8th through the 10th of July. And if you haven't taken it, well, you probably won't now. And if you have taken it, you understand exactly what it means. I mean, it goes deep. It's not a sugar-coated weekend. It's a tough one,
No, it's
but
not
beautiful.
for a dilly-dally.
No, it's but a beautiful one. Anyway, also next month is our annual barbecue party. We do it once a year, usually in August. Limited to 60 Shaumbra. Unfortunately, it is sold out. So make sure to get on the wait list if you're interested.
You never know.
You never
Things
know.
do turn over.
You never know. But we're going to have a big feast and drinks and everything else. Oh, yeah, we'll do a shout too, but it's mostly for the party. Coming up pretty soon, sometime in August, August 19th through the 21st, is Kasama, the Soul's Destiny. It's a 3-day online course. I love it. We did it a bunch of times. You and I did it as a live workshop.
I think they were all done in Hawaii.
All in Hawaii. And then we finally filmed it in Hawaii, and we're now doing it as an online class. It is the best description of the soul I've ever heard.
Because it provides so much clarity.
Yeah.
You know, there's always these kind of whatever.
What's a nebulous concept about what
Right.
you ask 10 different people, you get 20 different answers. And, he so defines the
Very
soul.
clear.
And then talks about how the soul has a destiny. In other words, it has a kind of a trajectory. It's got not a plan, but it's going someplace. And for the human to understand that on that kind of level is amazing, because
It opens doors.
and you no longer go around with those questions, what am I doing here? Now you have the understanding of the soul, the relationship with the human and the master, and I love it. So that is, I think 8 sessions total. We'll be live hosting it right here from the Crimson Circle Connection Center, and we do have a short trailer on this. Kasama basically means your soul's destiny. And destiny, not like it's written out, not like it's a script that you have to follow, but destiny meaning that at some point that you start flowing again with your soul. Kasama is in flow with your soul, in harmony with your soul, with a grace. And good Lord, you need grace. You deserve grace right now for the rest of your life here on the planet. Grace, being in the flow. Everything just comes to you. Life is easy. You're not struggling anymore. Grace. That's when the master allows energy to serve them. That is true grace. The opposite of Kasama is suffering. Suffering is useless. It's a waste of time and energy. It doesn't get you any closer to God or your soul or anything else, but yet humans have taken this on. The reason why I mention it and why I insist that we talk about it here is that it's the antithesis of Kasama. And you can't go into Kasama if you still believe in suffering, if you're still accepting suffering in your life. Let's begin by saying what created the soul. Well, it was that compassion of the I am. The I am just loved itself and just wanted to continue to feel into itself over and over again. And therefore, in its deep love for itself and desire to feel itself, it created the soul. And it's like the beams of light went out from the I am, and those beams then gathered together and created the soul. And the soul then becomes the vessel for the experience and for all the other things of the soul that eventually the I am feels and rejoices in every moment, no matter what, every moment. Let's take a deep breath with the beauty of your soul. This is you. It's yours. Nobody can ever take it away. Nobody can harm it unless you like to perceive that they are. The soul is infinite. It is forever. It is always in the now, always. And the now is always, always, always. The soul is you. It can never be separated from you. You could turn your back on it. You can pretend you're lost and lonely and nobody cares for you, but the soul is always there. It's just waiting for you to turn back towards it. To acknowledge that it is you and to acknowledge that it's not there. It's right here. You can't get there from there. But you can get there from here. Let's do that now. You see, every time you do something, even if you do nothing, the soul rejoices. And it gives forth the energy for the experience to become real. It always is giving forth the potentials for whatever you choose, even if you choose nothing, even if you choose just to sit there and do nothing. It's one of the potentials. Or you choose to be grand. There's a lot of grand potentials in there. Take a moment right now to feel into the rejoicing of the soul as we're here in Kasama, as you're here. Not there, but here. And feel the rejoicing of the soul.
Feel into Kasama. There's such beauty into this understanding and clarity about the soul that I've never personally ever heard anything make it so clear.
So Kasama's coming up August 19th to the 21st. Look forward to having a lot of you joining that cloud class. Okay, then coming in the fall.
There's no dragon in that one either.
No dragon. No. It was that was nice too. Belle was there while we were filming, but no dragon. I always love watching the videos and listening to them from Hawaii because there's always the birds chirping, and we don't notice it once you're there. You kind of forget about it, but then you hear it. Or for those of you in Kihak, you can probably always hear it in the background while we're there. Anyway, coming up in September, there's no shout in September. It's the 1 month we take off and don't do a shout, so don't show up here on September, whatever, because nobody's going to be here. But the following weekend, we are doing the Dream of the Merlin. It's our annual Merlin gathering that we do, and this year we were doing it in 2 days rather than 3. We had a lot of feedback from people and said 3 days can be long sometimes, so.
Well, let's take it a step further, risk it. So we heard a lot of people's opinions, and they made it very clear to us that their most valued thing were the channels, and they didn't really, all the other stuff was kind of interesting. But, they really
So
liked the channels.
it's going to be 2 days of mostly channels. We have Adamus, we have Merlin, Cthulhu, Nikolai Tesla, Sam Ben Tobias, I'm calling him, and the beloved Saint Germain lineup. Plus, Sunday morning, Linda and I will do an unchanneled thing. It's just us talking.
An intro, yeah.
Do the annual Inspire Consciousness Awards. We're going to give you a little update on Adamus's quote-unquote retirement, State of the Crimson Circle address, maybe a little information about Rude Awakening, and much more. So
Will it be rude?
we're going to find out. We have a couple months to determine. So it'll be a good gathering, 2 days online. It's our annual Merlin event, and truly one of the most popular events out of the year. It tends to be a lot more fun. Some of these cloud classes and gatherings, I mean, they're heavy. This tends to be more on the fun side. So we actually started this in Romania back in about 2015, I think, when Adamus announced he wanted an annual Merlin gathering.
Right.
We did it in Romania, I think 3 times, and in Bled once or twice. And then with COVID, then we had to do them online. But actually, online's been great because more people can join in from all around the world, so more access. Also, coming up events all in Kona, Hawaii. We have Staying in Grace. It's going to be the first time we're doing this.
Yeah, so who knows?
October 5th through the 9th. Time Traveling with Adamus, which we've done one time before. It was phenomenal.
It was very good. Very personal.
End of October.
Very personal.
Staying in Grace again, early November. And then Masters in Communications, which I think will be the last time we'll do it live.
Okay.
With an audience, and then we'll take it to filming after that. So that's kind of our Kona schedule. Can't wait to get back there to be with Belle.
Right.
And then in early December, we're going to be doing the Sexual Energy School online. That's the 9th through the 11th. We only do it twice a year online, so if you're looking to take it, it is a core Crimson Circle class. For those, I think everybody here probably has taken it. It's so...
Is anybody not... No, wait, how many people have taken it? Yeah, that's kind of what I thought.
Yeah.
It's
just such a core class.
It's amazing because it really, really helps you see into the real energies of relationships and managing your own energy ultimately. And you can't, to me, that changed my life, and it's never been the same since.
Okay, that takes us to Shaumbra News.
Oh boy.
We're going to talk about all the good stuff that's happening right now. First of all, Shaumbra magazine comes out every month, and we talk about it every month just to remind people that it's there. But I love the cover. I truly love the cover this month. I saw the graphic somewhere. I have no idea. It was like 2 a.m, and I loved it. And I tracked it to a company called Bibi and Blue. It's a fashion company, and I'm like, oh man, I want to run that graphic on the cover. It's so Shaumbra. So I wrote to them. They were amazingly friendly and nice. They're somewhere in Europe, but really nice people. And there's, use that any month you want to use one of our things. This is a real dress. I mean, it's not just a graphic. And they have monarch butterfly things. I wanted to order one for me. I'm serious. Well, it's not a dress, it's a costume. I don't look at it like a dress. And they asked, my height and weight and everything, and they're like, And I said, well, you mean you don't even make one in that size? And they're like, we do, but we don't want to see you in it. Anyway, I offered to get one for Linda. I forgot what the answer was, but it kind of was like in the range of hell no. But, I mean, and you go to the website. I'm serious, ladies and gentlemen and people like me, and check it out, because they have dozens of different butterfly outfits like that, complete with wings. I swear, one of these days, I'm going to show up for a shout wearing that. And I swear, I might be wearing pants along with it, but...
Somebody will call the cops.
Anyway, they were the most phenomenal people, and they wanted to see the magazine and everything, and they read through it, and they loved it. They loved what we're doing, so it was cool. Yeah. So anyway, the magazine, everything's in the magazine. Check it out.
So how much was that dress?
650 euros. So, it was a little high, but, you're worth it, darling. I'll buy you two. Anyway, also we just introduced, this week we introduced a new Adamus topic called Dream Worlds. It was very interesting how this all came about. It actually kind of started at the Shout last month, where one of the guests got to talking with us about her work with dreams, which Adamus has been talking about. And we said, Adamus invited himself during the Shout to be interviewed. So it was not only an interview, but it's also a new offering called Dream Worlds. It's came out the other day.
Very interesting. I mean, you learn so much. We all have dreams, but this put it in such a context that it was hard to imagine. It's like, oh my God, there's the potentials and what you do with your dreams and all of your dreams.
About an hour and 20 minutes long.
Amazing.
It's really a different perspective on dreams. Just $25 downloadable, audio and text. And I
Very
think
interesting.
We have a short trailer for Dream Worlds. Everybody dreams. Few remember their dreams, and even fewer understand their dreams, but everybody is dreaming, and you're dreaming right now. Part of that dream is you being a human on this planet in physical condition, but you're also dreaming into the other realms.
What are concrete benefits for us humans to remember our dreams?
It's not about remembering the dreams, it's about realizing that you're dreaming, and realizing even this is a dream. And you can change the past by going into the more expansive nature of your dreams. And literally, it changes the past. Right. So that's one of the benefits of dreams, is when you're ready, I will dream a bigger dream. Don't keep going back to the same old dreams. Dream the new dreams.
Wow.
Go to other places in your field of potentials, and then feel into the essence of those things, and then bring them back with you. Play them out, act them out there. What feels good, what's inspiring, and then bring it back here. Can you dream of your own healing and bring it back? Absolutely. Start being very dream aware and integrating that here, because this dream that you're in right now is no more real than your other dreams. It's simply taking place on a very physical stage.
Wow. It really was good. It's quite
in
amazing.
addition to, I think it's about an hour and 20 minutes. In addition to that, Adamus called for a special music track where he kind of infused the Dream World energies into it, so you can download that. Also, listen to it anytime, as long as you don't go to sleep. But we were really thrilled with the way that whole thing came out.
It was way beyond what I expected.
Yeah, it's available now in the Crimson Circle store as a download. So next on the schedule of new things, coming July 14th, We have something we've been anticipating for a long time, the Prognost 2022 update called Meta Realities. We filmed it recently. We need to still do some post-production work on it, but it was strong, very,
It's
very
one of those,
strong.
are you ready?
Yeah, and I forgot how many sessions it was. It was 3 sessions, very, very strong. We have some clips right here. We don't have clips. We have a little information about it, so let's play that.
Let go of everything you thought you knew about the nature of reality. In the Prognost 2022 update, Adamus St. Germain talks about our current human reality and how it is changing before our eyes. What is reality? Most people believe it is what you perceive through your mind and human senses. As metaphysicians, we say that a reality is where you place your consciousness and then go in to explore and experience it. This metaphysical reality is malleable and personal. Your consciousness molds your own energy and therefore creates your individual reality. The realization that reality is changeable opens the door for new realities that are now beginning to emerge on planet Earth, a change that is long overdue. New realities include digital constructs or universes, says Adamus. Augmented and virtual reality may eventually lead the way to total digital reality, where it could be possible for someone to become digitized and then exist within these new virtual realities. It's not science fiction. It's not even quantum theory. It's where our planet is headed, and it's the reason you're here right now.
You didn't come here to be converted into a digital being. You came here to explore the vast realms of your consciousness. And that's the difference between you and most other humans.
Check out the new Prognost 2022 update. It's an essential discussion for metaphysicians and consciousness explorers everywhere.
It's strong.
It's strong.
By the way, we do all of our graphics, art, video, music, everything in-house, which I'm always really proud of, and the crew does an amazing job.
They do.
It's really, really, really good, and we have fun doing it. We have a great creative team, and just love putting this stuff together. On this particular one, though, we sent out for the voice, for somebody to do the voiceover, and I was just imagining, Peter was working with them, I could just imagine they got the script in. They just got reading a script for a donut shop, going through, and then they get this script. And it's like, WTF? I'm not going to read this. This is too weird.
It's too believable.
It's too believable. Anyway, Prognost 2022 update coming out July 14th. It is very strong. I love doing it. So, and then every month we feature a product. We have so many things in the archives, and Gene in particular tracks stuff and says, this is going to be really good this month. This month is Dreamwalk into Your Secret Garden. It's our spotlight product of the month, and as always, we offer a 15% discount. I think we have a few clips from that.
It's audio.
Yes, audio only. In this dream walk, we're going to go into your personal potentials, even though there is a very, very large group of us going out on this dream walk. You'll find that for you, it is a very personal and a very real experience. We're going to go into the field of your potentials. The potentials were created by you, by your soul, by your I am presence. The moment you left home. Now, in just a moment, we're going to go beyond this gate, this doorway. I'm going to ask you to open it. when the time is right. We're going to go into this place that is called your secret garden. It's a secret garden because nobody else can go in there. Only you. It's yours. Yours alone. You see, this secret garden is a symbol of your potentials. A symbol of all the potentials for your life. This secret garden is the place of the potentials of your past, your present, and your future. So it's available now. What year was that recorded, Gene? You remember? 2013. So that was a little while ago. Yeah. But anyway, it's available now, 15% off in July. And it's a beautiful, I love the dream walks anyway.
Right.
And they're so experiential, but this one is about your secret garden.
And you can see there are 15 translations, so
Yeah.
that's a lot of languages
A
too,
lot
if you're
of different
interested.
languages. Good. And before we go on break, I think we're going to be going in just a moment. I also wanted to mention this back wall. You know, over the years we've evolved the stage, and we brought it up to the next level this last winter, and I just love it. I'm watching these videos, and every month it's a different thing back there. It's just wonderful. Anyway, before we go on break, just a quick note that Gerhardt and Einat, music team Yoham, they're doing an Indiegogo fundraising right now for a new online class that they're producing, and the fundraising closes, I think it's July 15th. So if you're interested in helping them out, I love crowdfunding because it's people just all around the world contributing and making things happen. And anyway, if you're interested in participating with their Indiegogo campaign, it ends July 15th. Just search on Indiegogo for either Tuning into Harmony or Gerhard Funkhauser. But Tuning into Harmony is easier to spell. So
Definitely a little easier.
so anyway, and not Gerhard, good luck with the campaign and good luck with your new product coming out. So with that, it's time for a break. We're going to be back in 35 minutes for Adamus. In the meantime, thank everybody. The website hosts, the translators,
everyone.
the Crimson Circle Angels, the Crimson Circle staff, everybody who makes this possible. It's a huge international team.
We don't take it for granted. We're awed by it always.
So with that, time for a break. We'll see you in 35 minutes back here with Adamus.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.
Thank you.